Okay, so first, I'm very happy to be with you for this interview, and thank you for the invitation. My name is Ioanna Angelioudaki, and I come from the Greek island of Crete. I graduated from the Department of Biology at the University of Crete, and then I moved to Athens and completed my master's degree in molecular biomedicine, which is jointly organized by the Medical School of the University of Athens and the Biomedical Sciences Research Center Alexander Fleming. Currently, I'm a PhD student at the Medical School of the University of Athens and affiliated to the second Department of Surgery in Areteio University Hospital. My research focuses on pancreatic malignancies and specifically on pancreatic neuroendocrine neoplasms, which are quite rare and heterogeneous neoplasms with often unpredictable clinical outcomes.
Perfect.
Okay, so after completing my master's degree, I met with my present supervisor, Dr. Kataki, and Professor Konstantoulakis, and their team, which is consisted of biologists as well as medical doctors, with special interest on tumors and carcinomas of the gastrointestinal tract. While we were discussing and working on the submission of the proposal for my PhD, I found this field very interesting as well. So I decided to focus my research on pancreatic neuroendocrine neoplasms. The experimental surgery unit of the second department of surgery is a recently established facility housed at the Areteio University Hospital with strong interest um, to contribute to pancreatic cancer research, especially during the last 2 years. We work in close collaboration with the surgical clinic and were able to collect patient samples directly before they enter the surgical theater for their operation. We process and analyze the patient's derived tissue and blood samples, trying to identify novel biomarkers, hopefully of diagnostic utility. In parallel with the neuroendocrine neoplasms of the pancreas, which my PhD thesis focuses on, I participate in research on pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma as well, both supported by European grants, NEXT and Vision. The developmental relationship of those malignancies remains still under debate. In some cases, they share a complex and aggressive behavior and challenging diagnosis due to absence of specific symptoms, which makes them detectable only in advanced late stages with devastating consequences on the survival of the patient. Well, exactly 1 year ago, my supervisor forwarded to me an email about this annual online workshop organized by PCE on the 17th of November in the frame of the World Pancreatic Cancer Day, with the topic of the importance of early detection of pancreatic cancer. After watching this event, I registered to PC newsletter, and that's how I found out. Dr. Kataki forwarded to me also this announcement at the same time, and we both thought it would be a great opportunity to obtain funding and go to work in the lab of one of our collaborators in our existing European research network.
No.
So I'm keen to make the most of this great opportunity to go to a laboratory with recognized expertise in pancreatic cancer research in another European country, in Spain, to learn new techniques, methods, and approach is not available in my home institute. Dr. Sen's lab has a long experience on pancreatic cancer research. I first met him during my 1 month stay in Madrid last year in the context of the European program Vision, which supports my research. I was there for a training at the time in another collaborating laboratory under the supervision of Dr. R in the use of liquid biopsy in precision medicine and in isolation and culture of tumor and stroma cells from primary tumors. At that time, we visited Dr. Sen's lab for an experiment involving the detection of circulating tumor cells from pancreatic cancer patients from their whole blood. And there I came across a very active and engaged group of researchers. During my upcoming 3 month stay, we plan to study the carcinogenesis process and the metastatic potential of pancreatic neoplasms through evaluating the role of cancer stem cells. Cancer stem cells are mostly studied in pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma, among other gastrointestinal malignancies. Their unique biological properties have been examined in the context of chemoresistance, autophagy, senescence, epithelial to mesenchymal transition, which constitute molecular pathways of interest concerning their role in pancreatic neoplasms heterogeneity and cellular plasticity. And we are going to use flow cytometry together with 2D and 3D in vitro systems to identify cancer stem cells. We're going to study the formation and activity of extracellular vesicles in either primary pancreatic cancer cultures or in cell lines. We will also apply molecular biology techniques to dissect and study pathways of interest in primary, again, cancer cultures or cell lines. And we will also establish xenografts of patient-derived pancreatic neoplasms in immunocompromised mice via subcutaneous or orthotopic implantation. I believe this is a great opportunity to build on my background on pancreatic cancer and contribute to the consolidation of the existing research network. I'm also convinced that working in this dynamic new environment will help me advance my skills and further support research expertise in my home institute, since I will hopefully bring back this knowledge.
I think you.
I will be in Madrid on the 1st of October and officially at the lab on the 2nd. And I'm looking forward to meet everyone there.